Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce that Smooth Sack Summer is officially upon us. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're groomed from pubes to bum. Thanks to our friends at Manscaped, you can make this season your smoothest yet. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle to keep your boys downstairs cool while looking hot. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Get 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use code THPN. Summertime and the trimming is easy. The Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra has everything you need to prepare that summer bod. Every man knows how scary it can get when going for a close shave below the belt. That's why I trust Manscaped for all my sensitive areas. Inside this package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawn Mower 5.0 Ultra. Their 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. We also have dual LED spotlights to provide contrast on multiple skin tones, 3-length setting combs, and oh, did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Beach, lake, or shower, this razor will devour even the strongest pubes. Now that you have the perfect haircut, use Manscaped's liquid formulations to keep that freshness even at the hottest summer BBQs. The Crop Soother Aftershave Lotion and Crop Preserve Anti-Chafe Ball Deodorant. Once they touch your sack, you'll never go back. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 5.0. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. More wet products? Say no more. Manscaped's new Buff Bundle is all you need to keep the summer heat a breeze. This bundle includes their signature silicone scrubber plus body wash. Ditch your nasty loofah and grab a taste of freshness. More wet products? Say no more. Manscaped's new Buff Bundle is all you need to keep the summer heat a breeze. This bundle includes their signature silicone scrubber plus body wash. Ditch your nasty loofah and grab a taste of freshness. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code THPN at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code THPN at manscaped.com. It's Smooth Sack Summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind.
Welcome to the No Timers podcast. Everything Ottawa Senators and beyond is here. Here are your hosts, Raph and Peter.
Yes, that's right, and welcome to another episode of the No Timers podcast. We are back after many months to talk about what's been happening in Sandsland.
I mean, we've been busy. If you notice, we're in a brand new location. I bought a house.
Peter bought a house.
And this man is renting for me.
Yay!
So
we live together now, so it's easier.
Yeah. Easier to record these.
Exactly. First and foremost, No Timers podcast is presented by DraftKings and Manscaped. Thank you to our sponsors. And if you go on their websites and you want to buy something, make sure you use the code THPN for 20% off your purchase. Peter, welcome back.
Yes.
We are mid-July, beginning of July here, but it's been crazy since the draft. We've had Stanley Cup Finals. We're over. Congratulations to the Panthers on winning the cup. But that Friday, actually, during the Stanley Cup Final,
I think it was right
20 minutes before the game started, we had a major announcement. The Ottawa Senators managed somehow to acquire Linus Ullmark from Boston for Jonas Korpisalo. So we got rid of Korpisalo, Mark Kastelik, and Boston's own first-round pick. So they got the 25th pick back for the draft.
Yeah.
That was a good trade, I thought.
25% retained on Korpisalo, right?
Yes, which is okay because it's a whatever. $1 million for
kind of has happened with that Korpisalo contract. So that
you know what? I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, same.
So I guess let's talk about that right away. First thing that happened, 20 minutes before the Cup final, we acquire our number one goalie. Thoughts?
Very happy with it. Happy with the with acquiring Allmark, pretty solid goaltender, former Vezina winner. Yeah, surprised. We were able to trade Corpusal. That was always the biggest question mark. I mean, I was pretty much set to just, we're stuck with him for what was it, 4 more years?
4 more years, yeah.
I was just ready to accept it. And somehow they were able to do it. Throwing in Boston's old pick, that's fine. Kaslik, that's fine. Yeah. Overall, happy with the trade.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big question mark now is whether they can sign him to an extension. I think so far there hasn't been any talks about that. I think a lot of what I've heard, Allmark just wants to play out the year, see how that goes.
Yeah. Right now, that's exactly what he said, that he wants to kind of play it out, see how it goes. But I do believe he will get extended here.
I hope so.
Especially if he is our legit number one.
Yep.
Because that's what he wanted in Boston. But with Swayman coming in there, he had no option, right?
Yeah.
So now the tandem is Corpusal. He's gone. Olmark and Forsberg, 2 Swedes. They used to be teammates back in Sweden, back in the day.
Yep.
So they've been a tandem before. They know how each other work. And I think it'll be good for us to get a brand new goalie in there, someone fresh, Vezina winner 2 years ago, which is something we needed, like a top goalie.
Yeah. And what's different between the past couple of goalie acquisitions, like you've got someone who has proven himself in like a full season.
Yeah.
Like whereas Corpusal previously is like he had like a good half of a season that kind of convinced the Dorian to get him.
Like he was okay in LA for that.
Before that, Matt Murray, he had injury issues. He was kind of past his prime.
Yeah.
So hopefully this resolves the goaltending issue, at least for 1 year.
Hopefully. Do you think, before we even go into any other things that did happen, do you think Allmark and Forsberg is a tandem that it's good enough to get us into playoffs next year without the other pieces that were added later that we'll talk about in this episode? But do you think that it's good enough?
I think so, because I'd honestly have to look at Allmark's previous records before, but I believe he's done like 50, 60 game seasons before, and he's had winning records, good like stats, save percentage, goals against. And that'll help with Forsberg, I feel like, is a pretty solid number 2.
Yeah, Forsberg is good when he wants to be.
Yeah, he can have his bad nights for sure, but when you're coming in as a number 2, hopefully that's it's not as often. Maybe a little less pressure.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Forsberg has, I think, maybe a year left on his contract as well.
I think so.
So he's going to be playing for either a re-sign or for another team as well, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to want to put up numbers next year for sure. Cool. So many things happening.
I guess the only other thing with the goalies, because I was reading earlier today, because with all the signings and stuff that has been going on the past few days, I believe the only thing that was left for like the Sens to really do on like RFAs were the goalies, like Mandalisi and Solgaard.
Yeah.
So curious to see what happens with those two, because like I said, like there's only 1 year left, both with Allmark and Forsberg.
Yeah.
Hopefully an extension with Allmark. Forsberg, that's up in the air. So if he decides to, extend him, do we, is Mandalisi or Solgaard the next to come up? Like, it'll be to see what happens with those RFAs.
Yes, I agree. Especially if Forsberg does end up leaving, we are going to need a new number 2, right?
Yep.
I'm leaning like more towards Sogard right now because
Same.
he's been the more proven guy down in Belleville. He's got the most wins. His GA and save percentage is better as well. So I believe when Forsberg leaves, he'll be the guy. Man, the league's good. Don't get me wrong. He's a solid goaltender.
So maybe need a bit more.
But I believe, yeah, I believe he needs maybe more time. And I don't know. I don't think he's a solid. But again, our goalies in the past 7 years since Andy left have been all of them have been garbage. So I don't really know what else to say, right, about goalies.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got our guy. At least we hope so. In Allmark. And then we've had a bunch of signings. July 1st hit free agency. We got Auto Public Enemy number one.
Is it really though?
He was though, because
I guess
he went after Zub last year,
Yeah,
and the whole Matt Joseph thing. And anyway, so we got David Perron.
Carl.
David Perron. He was our first big, if you will, free agent signing of the season.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Perron?
Honestly, aside from the whole crap that happened last year between Detroit, I mean, overall, I'm happy with the signing just because it's nice to have like some veteran depth.
Yeah.
On the bottom six. At least I think that's where he's going to be placed.
Yes, probably.
Could he move up to the second line? I don't know. Maybe, but I see him as a third liner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's he's a winger, right?
He is a winger. Yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the team is still relatively young, so it's nice to have some more veteran guys up front to help, hopefully Giroux up there. To kind of lead this team. Give them I think the big thing hopefully is to keep these guys, focused when shit goes bad.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So the money wise, what was his contract before? Because he signed $4 million.
Yeah, we got him for 3 years, at $4 million, 2 years or something like that. At $4 million, it's actually right here.
Maybe it's 2 years. 2 or 3.
McGregor.
No, there's another veteran for it, which we'll talk soon.
Where's he's here somewhere. But yeah, it's $4 million for 2 or 3 years. Oh yeah, here we go. I think it's a 2-year contract, so $4 million for 2 years. Yeah. Do I think it's an overpay? A little bit, but at least we're going to be a harder team to play against now.
Yes. Especially when it's not like our top lines out there.
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed actually at the draft that everybody that the Sens picked was like over 6'3". So we're going to be a big physical team.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
That's why I know we briefly were texting each other during the draft. I guess, do we want to talk about the draft now, or do we want to?
No, just move on. I mean, we could talk about Yakimchuk, I guess.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Yakimchuk. Like, to be honest, I don't really follow prospects, but whenever Sens pick someone, I'll check out some videos.
Yeah.
There's the elite prospects that have a cool video of them just like dangling everyone, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
but like
he's a video of the kid. He's got hands.
He can dangle, but like he's still a big guy.
Yeah.
And from what I've read about him, he's still a pretty solid. Like he's more of a stay-at-home defenseman.
Yeah, and he's the right defenseman, which we need, right?
So that's promising for the future.
Yeah.
So I like Trino. People had him. They're gonna pick in like the mid-teens. But
yeah, they had him like 10 to 12 or something like that.
And what's his name? There's the other defensive prospect who went, I think, right after Ottawa. 'Cause he was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
go.
Perek or whatever.
Yeah. So I got
That's the one everybody wanted.
yeah,
But
But-
yeah,
but he's more of the offensive side, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. And like we've already got Sanderson, we already got Shabbat, so I can understand why Stales and team decided not to pick him up.
yeah,
So I was happy with that pick.
yeah.
After the fact, after I looked him up.
Yeah. When I saw his highlights videos, buddy, he can move, he can dangle.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. He's 6'5" or 6'6" or something like that. He's big, strong, right-handed D like we needed. Yeah, honestly, not a bad pick. If you remember in the I think the 2020 draft, everybody was talking crap about Sanderson.
Yeah.
And look at him now. He's like one of the unique
Yeah.
guys coming forward.
So I
So
remember it's the same thing with Birdie too. Like
Yeah.
if he was like what, fourth overall?
third, fourth.
Yeah, third or fourth. And people were like, why did you pick Birdie? And then okay, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully another one of those for the Sens. That'd be nice.
I think Yakinchuk's going to be a solid guy. Perek would have been a good pickup as well.
Yeah.
He is also a right-handed D-man that we wanted. I think honestly, what Steve really wanted was a Ginla,
Oh yeah.
but Utah took him right before us. I was like, oh, Ginla's still on the board, number 6.
They're becoming villains.
And then Utah was like, oh, we picked a Ginla. I'm like, oh my god, are you serious?
They're
No,
becoming, they want to be the villains.
there's the villains right away.
Because
I
man, they got an Aginla and they got a Dome. It's like, come on, man.
was expecting Ginla to be a senator. And,
It's the no hate to Utah. It's the I'm gonna call them the Nepal baby team. For now.
Ginla.
Even though those guys are skilled, so it's
Oh, yeah.
nothing to do.
Yeah.
With me.
But it helps.
It does
Does help.
for like marketing.
Yes. He's already wearing number 12. Same number.
Damn it.
Same number as his dad. So they're gonna have a 12 again on Utah.
Yeah. I guess that would make it weird if Calgary dropped him.
They really wanted him, but
I guess
at 9, but he wasn't
You know-
gonna make it to 9. I don't think.
I'd see the dad be like, yeah, you can wear my number.
Yeah. Okay. Also on July 1st was another move that we made. We traded Jacob Trickering
Yeah.
to Washington for Nick Jensen. From what I heard about Jensen, and the 3rd round pick we got back from the chicken trade as well for 2026, so not next year, the year after. But from what I heard about Jensen is if you like Zub, you'll like Jensen.
That's what I heard too.
So he's a Zub-like player, which is good. Don't mind Zub. He's a stay-at-home D guy.
Yeah, that's what the team needed.
He's a right shot D as well.
Yeah.
So another one for us.
Yeah, I think people have been speculating he'll probably end up playing with Shabbat.
Siobhan Jensen, Sanderson,
The only thing,
and Zub. Yeah.
a slight concern, I was just on the Sens subreddit. Someone had posted some of his stats, and he did take a bit of a dip last year. But
Yeah, I saw that.
Washington was kind of a mess, so hopefully that's.
Yeah, I saw that.
anomaly.
I saw that.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is all July 1st. We also signed Noah Gregor from the Leafs. Probably going to be a 4th line guy.
Yep.
I think he's a winger as well. Don't really know much about him, but he's a Leaf guy.
Yeah, it is what that.
Cup winner. Can you believe this guy's a cup winner?
Of course.
Michael Abadio.
Yeah. No,
He got 2 goals against us last year when he played against Vegas.
I like this signing. I remember hearing good things about him.
3 years though for Michael Abadio.
Yes. But he's going to be like a third, fourth.
34th line guy. Yeah.
Like I remember hearing his name thrown out earlier in the off season. I looked him up there. Like I was happy when they signed him. I think he's another good depth guy. A little cheaper than Perron.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with it.
If he plays like he played in Vegas, he'll be great for us.
Exactly.
And
Again,
then
another veteran.
we signed Garrett Pilot.
Yep.
He was already in the system. I think he left, but now he's back. So he's going to be playing in Belleville. Jeremy Davis, another guy, is going to be playing in Belleville. Davies.
Yep.
1 year, 2-way. And then Philip Roos, another Belleville guy. So we're really
Just
beefing up the AHL team right
Yeah.
now.
because from what I understand, it was kind of lacking
Yeah.
the past couple of years.
Another AHL guy, Hayden Hodgson, 1 year, 2-way. And then schedule. Oh yeah, we brought the Adam Gaudette back.
He's back. Yeah.
Adam Gaudette is back for a 1 year, 2-way, so he can play him down in Belleville too.
Yep.
If we need to. And then July 2nd, we got rid of Joseph.
Yep.
He went to St. Louis for Mr. Future Considerations.
Yeah, my favorite player. Future considerations.
You know what? I don't mind this move.
Yeah.
It's a cap relief move.
Yeah.
We needed to do it.
It all leads up to the next piece.
The next piece. And the cool thing about this is that St. Louis also signed his brother.
Yeah.
So the Josephs are going to be playing together. So, you know what?
Yeah. Well, it's like Pierre
Olivier,
yeah.
Joseph.
I was watching the hockey guy go through his news. They just wrote it as P.O. But like I originally just read it like Poe Joseph.
Poe Joseph.
That's a cool name.
Poe Joseph and his brother.
Called Poe.
So the Joseph trade leads to
The Pinto.
the Pinto man, the Pinto bean sack.
Got the bean.
He didn't get traded. Yeah, bumps. He did not get traded. He said he didn't want to get traded.
Yeah.
His agent was just being a little bit of a dick. And I was telling everyone on Twitter, I was like, he's gonna sign for under $4 million. Everyone's like, no, he's gonna get 5, 6. I'm like, nope, he's signing for $4 million.
Yeah.
Under 4. So St. Pinto signed. We got a bridge deal for 2 years.
Yep.
For 3.75 for Shane Pinto. The Pinner's back.
I always kind of suspected a bridge deal just because we still didn't see him in the full year. So I totally understand like Sayos and the team being like, look, we don't have enough to where we feel comfortable to sign to a long term.
Exactly.
So hopefully these 2 years he just shows them what he can do.
Like what I think is going to happen with Pinto is that next summer they're going to extend him already.
Yeah.
They're going to give him like a 6, 7, 8 year deal next year, right?
Yeah, that could be it.
That's probably what's going to happen. But Pinto's back. Looks like he's either going to wear number 12 or 22 because Perron's going to get 57.
Okay.
So if Amadio doesn't wear 22, Pinto could wear either 12 or 22. He'll probably go back to 12. We'll see. Because we don't have a 12 with Castellic, but he's going.
That's right.
Bet the action on the ice with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use code THPN. New customers can get $150 instantly in bonus. Bets for betting just $5 on hockey. That's code THPN. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. The crown is yours. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resort. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/hockey for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the National Hockey League. Copyright NHL 2023. All rights reserved.
And then we had Dev Camp started yesterday. And Parker Kelly got traded to Colorado as well for picks.
Is that a trade?
No, sorry. They got picked up on free agency, right?
Yep.
Parker Kelly and Ben Brenstrom, they both headed to Colorado.
Brenstrom went to Colorado, yeah. Because it was a 1 year 900 or something. For
Yeah, 900 for Brenstrom and I think 850 for Parker.
Best luck up to him.
Yeah, honestly, I think
It just didn't fit.
And Colorado is a faster team, so I think it suits Brenstrom more.
Yeah.
And Parker Kelly is just going to be a solid depth guy.
Yep.
I think you're going to get a little bit more grit. They signed Matthew Andonovsky to a 3-year entry level. I think he's from last year's draft, if I'm not mistaken. So rookie hasn't signed up for playing Belleville. Uh, I like this guy, Sharky Sokol.
Yeah,
He got traded to Utah,
that was today.
and then we got Yannick from Utah
Don't
Or-
think of
Arizona.
it's Utah.
To Utah, unfortunately.
Arizona's dead.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Uh,
Morello.
He's gonna be playing most likely in the AHL though.
Yeah.
So yeah, Belleville's beefed. They have a lot
Yeah.
of people now.
But real quick, get your ass up, Morello. You were a
Let's see.
terrible owner.
See what else we have.
So yeah. No. Goodbye. And hopefully someone else from the Arizona region will have a proper team.
Well, the Arizona got to keep all their name and logo and
Yeah,
everything,
they kept all
so they can come back
Yeah.
in the future if they want.
It's just they won't be Morello or whatever.
Yeah.
Which shady.
So yeah, so let's sort of talk a little bit now, because apparently we still have, I think, so it really depends on what we do in the long run, because we have 3.6 million left in cap space. But if we waive JBD in McEwen, we'll have 5 mil. So what are some moves that you think that Stales can still make to make this roster a little bit better?
Like
Tarasenko's gone. I wanted Tarasenko, but he's gone.
Yeah.
He went to Detroit, unfortunately.
that
so-
was late breaking news here. Yeah. Signed to Detroit, 4.75 a year.
under 5, man.
Yeah.
We could have done it, but anyway.
Good, but I don't think it would have been the best fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't see him play against.
We'll see him a few times this year, yeah. But what do you think?
Like,
Let's say we have 3.6, which is more realistically.
I don't know who's still left on the market, like in terms of free agents, because I'm still looking at our blue line. And I
Yeah.
feel like use one more guy because I think how people have been speculating how the defensive pairings are going to be. So it'll be Sanderson, Zoo on the top, Shabbat and Jensen.
Yes.
And then people have been saying like Tyler Clubman
Clement and JBD, maybe, yeah.
and that's the pair where it's like I'm a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because they're both still pretty young. JBD's has up and down. Tyler Cleveland's still like it's kind of unknown, but seems to be some good upside there. So whether that means they waive JBD, they put him in a trade, because like we can't do anything with Hamnick, or maybe we can. I don't know. They got rid of Corpusal. Who knows? Sales, make it happen.
Come on, Stales. Please trade
Somehow-
Hamonic or
Somehow get.
buy him out or something.
We said he's not.
Send him to Robidas Island or
We
something.
said he's not the best.
He's not buying him.
I know.
But he-
That's like the only area I feel like still needs a bit of help. Just somewhere.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe not, but that's
as long as Hamonic isn't on the opening night roster.
Yeah.
And never plays a game again, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'd have to look at who's still left free agent wise. They could grab someone.
Joe Pavelski's out there.
How do you retire?
Nope,
I might think of someone else.
he's still out there. He's technically the top free agent.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of names that we could pursue. Justin Schultz. These are defensemen. Kevin Shatker would probably be a good guy to get.
Maybe.
Oliver Shillington from East Bay Calgary. He was okay. And then who?
Other.
Who?
Yeah, because unfortunately,
Tanev's gone.
Toronto took 10. Yeah. How much did they sign him for? I forget it.
Bro, they signed him for 6 years for like $4 million or something.
Oh, okay.
It's horrible. They got
Yeah.
OEL though. They got Oliver Ekman-Larsson too.
Yeah. Which,
Um,
not there. Yeah, 6 years for 10. That's interesting.
he's old. He's like our age.
That's why I'm like the money side of it is like, okay, that's why I'm then it's like, wait, what 6 years? So okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, Cody Cece is still out there as a free agent. We could pursue. Bring home the Cece. That's funny.
No. I mean, he did just play in the final,
He did, yeah.
but yeah.
So I don't know. We would have to see. But also, like, I think our third and fourth lines still need something
Yeah,
because we will probably call up Cruikshank and
yes, that's right.
and some of the guys from Belleville to play in that fourth line because Kelly's gone, Castle's gone.
Yeah.
Who do we have left? Right?
Actually, yeah, you just reminded me. We might, I think,
Even Bradshaw, he played up there.
could use another center because we haven't heard any news about
Josh Norris.
Norris yet. So whether he'll be ready to go at the start, and even if he is, like, how durable will he be? Yeah. So yeah, getting another center.
Like one thing I heard about Josh is that we could send him to Robidas Island until the playoffs and use his cap space.
True.
So that could be something that, but again, it all depends on what happens to his shoulder. If it's healed, if it's not, we don't know. We'll know obviously till the season, when the season starts. But right now, we have no idea. But overall, what grade would you give Stales from so far from the draft? Sorry, from the Stanley Cup Final to now.
Yeah, I'll give him just a solid B.
Okay, B is good.
Just happy. Nothing crazy where it's like, oh yeah, he's fixed everything.
Yeah,
we're gonna make playoffs. But like, did everything. Basically, did all the major things that need to be done. I felt, but still some room for improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him a solid B. If I felt generous, B plus.
C plus. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you there. Between B minus and B plus. If we, can fill out those roster spots that are left in defense and forward, I can shift them up to an A minus. Honestly, just for the Allmark trade, he deserves the B right away.
Yeah, I actually shoots him up.
But then he signed for Ron, so that goes to B minus. Then he got rid of Brandy and Kelly, so that's. But then he signed Pinto, so that goes back to B. So
it's just waves.
Yeah. And I guess before we finish, with this new Outlook team that we had, because we made a bunch of those, a lot of things.
Yeah.
Last year we didn't do crap. Anything we did last year, we got chick-rick. That's it.
Well, I remember reading, someone had tweeted something, but it was basically like, yeah, last year it was they would make like a big splash and that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Whereas now it's like small things, maybe a big one like with the Allmark trade, but then some small things just to kind of like clean things up.
Yeah.
And get like the major things like signing Pinto, getting a D-man, Yeah. They basically says like they got basically all the major things tied up in like the first few days of free agency.
Yeah.
That has not happened in years where it's just
no.
They left everything until like last minute or never touched it, like with Pinto last year, although there's other factors there, but yeah, it just felt like Stales and his team were just on top of things this time.
Yeah, and especially if you're cleaning up the mess that Dorian left.
Yeah.
It will take a little bit.
It definitely leaves me a bit more optimistic than usual.
Yeah. Okay, and before we finish, now with this new roster, obviously it's not finalized, because trades can still happen. People can still get signed.
Yep.
Have you changed your outlook for the season from the last time we talked with when the playoffs began? Are you more optimistic now than you were before? Are you the same or less?
Like I'm more optimistic.
Okay.
But like not by much. Like 10%. Like just throwing a number out there. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't
okay.
Like it's still gonna be it's gonna be a very tough season for the Sens to try to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Because like I said, like there's still potentially some holes. If like Norris can't play or he gets injured, or any one of like our centers get injured.
Yeah.
So
like
that's
that's
always been tough. So
Yeah.
We'll be
Okay, well, so it went up a little bit from last
Like-
time we spoke. Okay.
like Allmark, was like 8% of that 10%.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, cool.
I mean, yeah, like we were talking about him at the trade deadline last year.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, we should sign Allmark. And everyone's like, no, Allmark's not going to Ottawa. He's got a no trade clause. He's got a potentially no trade list.
Honestly, I was one of those guys. I would never have expected Allmark to get traded.
Yeah. Because I was like, Allmark or Swayman, one of those two guys from Buffalo, Boston would be great. We ended up getting Allmark, so
Yeah.
it happened.
I never expected that. Like I was always,
Yeah, like because there were talks during the trade deadline that Boston and Ottawa were talking about Allmark and stuff like that, but it never panned out because I think there was the trade list, but Ottawa was never on it.
yeah.
Toronto's on the trade list.
Allmark, I think, mentioned that.
Yeah, but Ottawa was never on it. He said it in his presser.
It was honestly more. I just never could see Ottawa somehow trading Corpusal. That was always the
Yeah,
thing. It's like,
yeah.
it can't happen just because of this.
Yeah,
But it did.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because with Corpusala, I think the only options that we saw was either we buy him out or we let it run
yeah,
for the next 3 years and try to trade him in the fourth.
Yeah.
But we got 1 year out of the guy. We traded him, and people in Boston are so mad. They're so mad.
oh yeah.
Like, what the? Corpusala, this guy sucks.
You get Corpusal, you trade away like 1 year. I mean, they're both top guys.
But he won a Vezina 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that's
Mark and Swayman are both top guys.
Yeah.
Like, ideally, you'd want to keep both of them as a fan.
Yeah, ideally.
Like, you always have that extra confidence, like
Yeah.
your backup's as good as a starter, or it's a 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they were 1A, 1B.
trading for Corpusal, might be a good backup. We'll see. But at this time, he's not really a certified starter.
No.
And you get him, Kaslik, who's whatever depth guy, and then your own pick. Then you trade away to, what was it? It first went to Detroit.
Yeah.
Or
The DeBrincat trade.
yeah.
And then we
got
Chicago, and then
it was something. I think it was something with Bertuzzi, because I think
let's see.
yeah,
The stereotypes.
there was some crazy thing where it's like Boston traded that to Detroit, I think for Bertuzzi, and then they got rid of Bertuzzi, or he signed somewhere else, and then Ottawa ends up getting that pick from Detroit for Brinkett,
Yeah.
and then now it just goes back to Boston. And who did they end up selecting? I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
As soon as we picked Jakob, check my TV off.
yeah,
I'm
so-
done. Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All we know is that they got their pick back. We didn't lose the 7th, which is nice.
Yeah.
'Cause I was worried we would either, but I guess for the 7th, they would have to be maybe a more impactor, although Hallmark is an impact guy for sure.
Yeah.
But still, we kept the 7th. We traded away their original pick, so that's fine. And yeah, my expectations are also a little bit higher for this year with Hallmark and Iran. And, those guys that we brought in were going to be probably a little bit harder to play against now.
Yep.
And hopefully, Yakimchuk develops quickly so we can inject him into the lineup, to be that. Hopefully, he'll be like a Sanderson type guy. He'll be like a number 1, 2 guy in a few years. And he's the right D, which we desperately need. And yeah, we'll see. I think, I want to say 10%, 15% better than what I thought we were going to be. Okay, cool. So, that's it for now. Nothing breaking at the moment, I think. Let me just check. Nope, doesn't look like it. Yeah. So nothing new. And before we go, I wanted to thank everybody for watching and listening. Thanks to our sponsors. You guys always help us out. Thanks to THPN as well for, helping us be this podcast that we are. And here's hoping for a great new season this year.
Yep.
Hopefully, we will be recording a little bit more during the summer. Again, it all really depends on what's going to happen with more trades, more signings, and things like that.
Yeah.
But once the season starts in October, we're going to be here every week for sure.
Yep.
Talking about games and things like that. Ideally, we want to do a live location at the home opener. So bring our stuff, set up a table outside, and talk to people. And hopefully soon, I'm trying to go to development camp, talk to a couple of players, of the new guys. So that'd be cool. We'll see how that works. But yes, everybody, thank you very much for listening. You guys are great, and as always, we say here, keep on keeping on, don't stop believing, and go Sens go.
That was the No Timers podcast. Make sure to stay tuned every week for a new episode. Thanks for listening.